Down to 90 seconds left in qualifying, guys. Qualifying and racing here are two totally different things. Yeah, two totally different things. It's going to be interesting because, like I said, guys, keep that in mind. You'll be a second and a half faster than somebody the first time you're near them, and a second and a half slower the next time if you get off sequence with them. Because things will change. So, give each other, give each other courtesy out there. You can see how close the times are. This is going to be a close race. Yeah, let's be patient, guys. It'd be great not to have to use a restart. So it's a 40 lap, 250K race. It's a Grand Prix. We're really glad to have you guys here in such numbers. Got a real good field, just like we did yesterday at the 500. And I think you guys are going to put on a good show. I'm going to introduce when the session time's out, which I believe it's about to. I'll do the starting order. And then I'll hit the booth, and you guys can have at it. I think you'll put on a good show. Good luck to you. All right, to the viewing audience, welcome to the SCL 26 Australian Grand Prix, round one of the SCL 26 Formula One World Championship. Here is your starting order. On the pole, from newly signed to Extreme Speed Motorsport, the two-time Le Mans class winner, Wanma. Congratulations on your first Formula One pole. Starting second, running now as an independent, the veteran Aussie driver and former winner here in the 500, Enstaza. Starting third will be Callie from Team Danamore Racing. Previous winner in F1, if I'm not correct. You won one back in a Grand Prix back in season 22, Callie, I believe. Starting fourth, yesterday's, I think it was Monza. Fourth will be Average Gamer, your winner of the Bathurst 500 yesterday, running for Extreme Speed Motorsport. Fifth will be Hossack from Apex Motorsport with a good qualifying run. Sixth is Rita St. James for the JME Motorsports team. Starting seventh, fresh off a sixth place finish yesterday at the Bathurst 500, General Muddle, the rookie driver. Good job. Good qualifying. Eighth is WKK for JME Motorsports. Ninth is Flat Out for the Aussie race team. 10th will be Daz from Green Mountain Enterprises. 11th is Nathan Hackett in an independent car. 12th is Kylo Ren, Benson Speed Equipment. 13th is Webloom from Inside Line Racing. 14th is Silver Bullet from Benson Speed Equipment. And that 15 car is your friendly guy in the booth. I'm going to hit the booth, Rita. Good luck to everybody. Put on a good show, and I'll see you after the race. All right, guys. All the hoopla and pageantry and all that is out of the way now, and we are just awaiting the start of the SCL Season 26 Formula One World Championship, kicking off the 10-race Season 26 Formula One World Championship schedule down here in Australia at Bathurst Mount Panorama. The opening weekend of Season 26 saw the V8 World Tour race yesterday in their biggest event, the Bathurst 500, and the car starting fourth here in the Grand Prix was the winner, Average Gamer from down in Australia, with his first career championship points victory of any type in SCL, a second season driver. But on the pole is an SCL veteran, Wanma. Takes the pole here today for XSM and Staza, the local driver who has won here before in the V8s. Right there with him, Callie, Average, Hossack. We've got a heck of a field of drivers. They'll be doing 40 laps, roughly 250K here for the opening Grand Prix of the season. These cars preparing for their next race in 2 weeks will be for the Monaco Grand Prix, and then all the way down through a 10-race schedule for the SCL Season 26 Formula One World Championship. And we've got a 14 car field here. Hopefully a little numbers problem on the back end is not going to cause us a glitch. 14 cars here in the field, good mix of drivers, nationalities, and we're looking forward to the start of the F1 season. All right, they're going to be getting the lights. Wanma's going to lead us off. And the SCL Formula One World Championship Australian Grand Prix is underway. Taking it down to Hell Corner for the first time. Looks clean. No, we have a big wreck down there near the back. Bunch of cars on top of each other back there. Looks like Silver's got Daz's car on top of them, and we are definitely going to have a safety car situation, and the yellow is out. Silver doesn't seem to know where he is. He's backing into Daz, but he gets it going. And they're going to be under a safety car situation now right off the start. First corner, somebody losing control of it or not being patient enough. And there we are. Single file. I don't see much change up front with the exception of Callie got past Staza for second place. General Muddle got past Rita. Hossack fell from 5th to 8th there in that first corner, but nonetheless, I think that guy's not having trouble here under the caution. Here under the clean start rule, they're going to make another shot at it. Our weather here today, do not expect to see rain. However, we do have on our SCL Live AccuWeather, we have a day of cloudy. It's going to be cloudy and overcast. Should keep the track temperature down, which as you can see, it's only 71 degrees on track temperature, 58 degrees ambient. And that should help with the tire wear. These Formula X cars, which are SCL Formula One cars, they will tear through tires quite a bit. They put a lot of load, lightweight, heavy downforce cars with fairly grippy tires. And don't be surprised in that case if you see okay, so we do get a regrid here. At least in Formula One, it appears that they're going to reset the order. At least it looks that way. It's the order they're running in now is the original starting order, so that's the race director's decision. And they will restart here. I'm going to go to the back of the grid, get onto Benson Speed Equipment Silver Bullet on the chase cam, give us the best view here of Hell Corner heading on down the mountain straight as we prepare to restart here on lap 2 of the SCL 26 Australian Grand Prix. Drivers coming up through the chase. These cars have a in the spec format that they're running here in SCL, they have a about a 193, 194 mile per hour on the rev limiter, and they're definitely going to hit that on the Conrod straight and maybe even on the mountain straight. And so getting off the corners is going to be the key here. Oh, and they are regridding. We are going to regrid. Even I wasn't aware of that minutia of the details, but that is the Formula One rules here for SCL. And they are setting back up. We're going to stay on the back here with a Silver Bullet and see if we can get a good view of the regrid and then restart. Cars are reset. We got a car jumping there just a little bit. And they're off again. A little bit of a delay, but that might help get us through the initial corners here. Silver Bullet running into Web Loom in the back. And Web Loom takes the worst of that for sure. Looks to me like we're back on it though. And Stas is shot out to the front. Rita cycling up through third. We're going to need to get some chase cam action in the heart of this field here. Get here on flat out, getting into the wall there. Oh, big hit, and that is definitely going to be a caution. General Muddle took a shot directly up the back. That is unbelievable that somebody would hit a car at speed that hard, but somebody not being patient, and I did not catch who it was there. But we are back under yellow for what will be up to another regrid now. That was fairly egregious, whoever put that on the rookie driver, General Muddle. But that was pretty brutal. So I believe we're going to be regridding again here for a second restart. There's a maximum of 3, but these drivers not looking too sharp here on the mountain right here at the beginning. We know once we get them spread out, but that's part of the thing here. These Formula One cars, the way they're set up in the SCL rules package, like I said, with the spec cars, they have about 193, 194 mile per hour. There's a rev limiter. It's going to keep the cars very, very close to each other. You have to get off the corners well in order to be fast, but it's also going to make the race captivating, because the pit strategy and everything is really what's going to make the difference. But they're going to have to be careful coming up the mountain. These cars are open wheel cars. The slightest touch is going to send them careening around. You've got to be very, very careful. And they might be doing a roll and start here. Yeah, only one regrid. Yeah, only the one regrid, so they're doing the rolling start. Somebody immediately shooting out to the wall. I believe that was Rita. And we've got cars piling up again. There's got to be another caution coming out here. We've got Kylo Ren, Silver Bullet's involved in it again, Daz is involved in it again. And these cars in the back are having some real trouble just getting through the first turn, apparently. They're not getting on the brakes. That's about, I don't want to assign blame there. It's tough to tell exactly what happened, but 2 BSE cars back here. Kylo didn't seem to be involved from the initial part, but Silver Bullet's been involved in 3 of them. Both of his own doing and not. But this will, I believe, be the 3rd attempt at a restart. It will be a rolling restart. And this is it now. They put each other into the sand at Hell Corner this time, and they're off and running, and that's it. So 40 laps is the distance here in the Australian Grand Prix, and I think it's going to be captivating. These guys have learned that they can't get right on top of each other, but they haven't shown the proper caution heading into Hell Corner. at the start of the race. We're going to stay here shotgun on the field on this restart, see if we can see where it breaks, then we'll move up through the field. But they're just going to have to be more careful. You have tons of downforce, tons of grip, tons of braking. You don't need to dive the car in that close, especially in a situation where you can't touch anybody. It doesn't look good there. Kylo Ren showing a little bit of a lag issue, and we might be about to see his motor blow. Might be having a trouble with that Benson power plant here in their F1 car. But these guys are going to be ready for that last restart, I believe, here. Running order: Staza up front, the pole sitter Wanma second, Hossack third, Rita fourth, Flat Out fifth at the front of the order. Well, we look kind of rocky start, but we look for a great race. We had a great Bathurst 500 yesterday that kicked off season 26. We're less than 2 weeks away from the start of Daytona Speed Weeks and the kickoff of the American Tour. We're excited, and we are real close here to the final restart. Going to stay here shotgun. Looks like they're about to come to it. Looks like the green flag is out. Kylo goes to the inside. Goes way too deep, way too deep. That was just not going to work. But he saves it, does a good job. He took it onto the grass to avoid contact, so I got to give him that. Taking on board here, Callie in 8th place. He's trailing yesterday's Bathurst 500 winner, Average Gamer. We're going to stay on the chase cam here as they come up the mountain. Track position going to be so important here in this race. Getting the car balance dialed in, changing the roll bars or the tires go, I think is going to be a key factor. Callie running for Team Danamore. Accomplished driver in his 5th season. Does a good job slowing up there as Flat Out seemed to have some trouble on the mountain. He's trying to work his way through them. Back to Callie. That's a close battle. Webb Bloom and Nathan Hackett appear to have already had some trouble there at the back of the field, but plenty of time to make that up and cycle your way through. Wanma, the pole sitter, falling back to 9th here. We got a couple of pit stops. Looks like the JME cars are making their stop. Warren and Rita. Both servicing their car at the same time, deciding to make the stop early. Rita out first. Warren out right behind her. Meanwhile, up front, we've got a battle for the lead as Hossack come from the 5th starting spot to pull to within a second of Staza. The Aussie driver lives in the vicinity of this track, former Bathurst 500 champion. Hossack, of course, a champion in multiple series in the league. 2 times in the Winston Cup, once in Camel GT. And these two are off up front to the early start. They've got a hell of a battle going. So does 2nd and 3rd place here. Or I'm sorry, 4th and 5th place. Can't see much in those walls. I'm going to go back to the chase cam here. Obviously some contact there. Those cars were much closer. Now 15 seconds back. So we've definitely had something happen down there with Callie, Wanma, General Muddles come through it very well up to fourth. We'll get on board here with Hossack as he tries to work the pass coming up the hill here against Staza. Working lap 6 of 40 here in the Australian Grand Prix. Looks like he's going to make it now. Yeah, he definitely does there. Staz getting into the wall, and Hossack shoots to the lead. Apex Motorsport. Got Webb Bloom making his pit stop. Get a service call on Webb Bloom from newly formed Inside Line Racing. He's got his service, and out he goes. Wanma has made the pass on Cali to take 5th place. Some guys just better probably on the default settings that you get in the Parc Fermé rules. We'll see things change quite a bit as more cars hit the first cycle of pit stops. But Wanma, the pole sitter, has worked his way back up to 5th place. Cali, though, still very close to him. Wanma, as I said, a 2-time Le Mans class winner in the GT cars, seasons 23 and 25. Now in season 26, running here in the Formula One World Championship for Extreme Speed Motorsport. Alright, let's get some chase action here. There's Cali in 6th, trying to catch up on the Wanma. They're making up on the rookie General Muddle, who's so far up there in front. Let's go ahead and get on Wanma. General Muddle, who made his first championship event start yesterday in the Bathurst 500. As Wanma puts it into the wall, he loses traction and Cali goes by. That's a key thing here on this mountain. You can push that car, but you got to be able to maintain it, and now he's going to have flat out on him, but Cali has jumped on up into 4th place. General Muddle sends it around just before the dipper. He was doing so well, running up as high as 4th. Falls back to 10th, and he's going to have 11th breathing down his neck here. Like I was saying, he made his first start, came from back of the field, started 13th, and ended up finishing 6th in the Bathurst 500 yesterday, but definitely having some trouble. Rita and Warren's gotten by him. He's going to have to lock it down and get back into it. As I said, right about there here on Conrad, they're hitting the rev limiter. So at this point, you're just setting up your turns. You got to be smooth coming in, smooth going out. Maximize your acceleration time for the corners that you can make a difference. Well, I'll give some airtime average gamer from Extreme Speed Motorsport, as I said, yesterday's Bathurst 500 champion. Ran a hell of a race yesterday and picking up his first championship points win. And now came out with I believe a 4th place qualifying effort. He's currently running in 3rd. Running fast laps, 138 on that last one, but I think the tire wear is starting to come into play now for these guys working lap 8. Said you've got a gap in the field now. Some cars have made their pit stop. He's trying to make up ground, but at the moment it's Hossack of Apex Motorsport. He's jumped out to the lead, holding about a little over 2 seconds over Staz. Two-time Winston Cup champion, one-time Camel GT champion. like Stas sent it halfway around there, and now he's going to have average gamer breathing down. And these guys are starting to feel the effects of the tire wear, I think. But if you keep in mind too, to the viewers, guys, these cars have curves on them, and you're going to put up a lap 2-3 seconds faster if you hit the curves at the right spot, have enough curves at the right spot. As we're going to get flat out here into the pit lane. He's run fairly well so far, to be honest, for the Aussie race team driver, now in his 3rd season. Had a rough go of it yesterday in the Bathurst 500. But he's in to get his first service here on lap 9 of 40. Get back to Haas up at the front here. Let's see, looks like we might have a battle on the track here between the two independents. Let's get some chase action from General Muddle back in 10th. He's trying to catch up to Nathan Hackett, who's running 9th right now. Nathan looking like he's struggling a bit there, and General Muddle makes the pass, moves up into 9th. I think a lot of guys starting to feel the qualifying tires right now, and you're going to start seeing around the pit stops here very, very shortly. See Nathan back on it, and he's another Aussie driver. Got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 5 Aussies and a New Zealander in the race out of the 14 cars, 6 of them, plus a few nationals, a few Europeans. Now Nathan Hackett right there came in way too hot, did a great thing though, sportsmanship-wise. He took it into the grass rather than hitting the car in front of him, so you got to give him a shout out right there. It came in way too hot, took it into the grass. He's still got time to get back on it. Meanwhile, looks like the two Aussies, Stas hitting into the wall again, and hopefully that's not a pattern here for Stas. Yesterday he took the pole for the Bathurst 500, and the second half of the race, I don't know if it was driver fatigue, I know I felt it, but I believe that he just started to, the tires went off on him, I think, and he was really struggling with the car and had I believe a disappointing finish for him. I believe he finished 7th. He's still running here up in 3rd, but I think he's waiting to get back in. He's waiting to get into the pits as well. And we got Rita St. James from JME running in 6th, already been in the pits, and is now working her way back through, turning steady lap times. Rita making a full-time effort. Looking like I'm going to get some guests here in the booth. I cannot exit this session, but let me go ahead and get a all right, back with you. Sorry about that. Looks like we got a car out of the race already. Who is that we've lost?
Mic check.
Got you, Remy. Welcome, S2N Remy, to the booth.
How you doing, Carlin?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to figure out who of the 14. We've lost one car. Let's see, Silver Boot, Web Bloom. Nathan's not out. Just 1 second, and I'll check up for you guys, make a rundown of the pits. Carlin Hicks here from the broadcast booth. Just wanting to know, who's the car that withdrew? He's still on the track. Kylo. He appeared to be having technical issues. His car was lagging a little bit. Yeah. All right, back to the booth. 1 second. Well, that's no reason to quit a race, especially the way he broke into turn 1 on the last restart. But anyway, hopefully he'll come back in and be all right. Anyway, guys, good luck. All right, back on the broadcast. Was Kylo Ren there? He was having some issues technically. I saw some lag, so we're going to say his motor was probably giving him trouble, and that may have been causing some handling issues for him. He did get hit a couple times as well. There was a lot of rough stuff there near the back of the field, but we're going to get back up. Back up towards the front of the field. There's our leader. Stas has pulled out a 17-second lead at this point. He has not been in the pits yet, working lap 13 of 40. Came up from a 5th place starting spot. Working that car around. He's already lapped, it appears, back 3 on the field perhaps. Yeah, it appeared there was some kind of motor trouble there for Kylo.
Yeah, especially on this track, it's a handful, especially with these cars.
All right, we do have some action on the track here as a battle for 6th place shaping up. Let's get a cockpit view here on Warren WKK from the JME Motorsports team. He is trying, right there, banging into the wall a little bit. He's trying to get up to Daz in 7th. Right behind him is Wanma in 8th. Daz is in 6th, I should say. Warren trying to work his way up to him while still defending his position. They've come up from the back after Warren and Rita made an early pit stop, JME cars, and they've worked their way back up to the middle of the field after making that early pit stop. Just a matter of keeping the rubber on these tires. We're going to see a lot of flexibility, I think. And there they are, hitting on the chip at 194. So you can only you got to do it on your entrance and exit to the corners, particularly the exit to the corners. You got to be fast exiting the corners. Right here, Wanma's a smart driver. He's thinking of that. I want to be quick through the chase, and right here it's going to benefit him as Warren caught some grass. I don't know, though, he has the curves to get back beside him. He doesn't, and that's why track position at this kind of Bathurst is so important. He seems to be faster right now, but he can't quite get up to him. Right here he does, and Wanma looks like he's going to make the pass. Warren's right back on him. He's got better tires right now and probably a lighter fuel load. And I believe Warren is just cooling his jets. Now, this is a good 3-car battle here for 6th. Having a battle breakdown right now at the podium, though. Average Gamer with Callie right behind him. Average Gamer, as we said earlier, the Bathurst 500 champion. Callie, longtime SCL veteran, right behind him, running for the prestigious and long-running Team Danamore. But these two are having a heck of a battle to get on that podium. Hossack continues to just stretch out his lead, however.
Not a good turnout, Colin. Full field?
Oh yeah, good turnout. We had 14 starters.
Okay.
Yeah, 14 starters. Good turnout.
Yeah, I was setting up, and as soon as I got online, I got a call from my mother. She's been taken to the hospital. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. She okay?
Yeah, she's okay. She's a bit overweight, so she has lots of breathing problems.
I understand. The line of work I'm in, I see that.
So last night, during the sleep, she snores a lot, but she also we call it apnea, where it seems like the breathing stops for a few seconds.
Sleep apnea is what it's called in English.
Yeah.
My grandfather had that. It was like listening to a machine that the battery would power down, and then all of a sudden you hear it breathing again.
Yeah, but
I got a car in the pits again. Webb Bloom again, rolling slowly up to the pits. He's, as you can see, a few laps down now, 2.5, going on 3 laps down. The driver from Inside Line Racing. I believe when you see the second pit stop in the first half of the race, I believe he's using this as a test run. Doesn't have much time in the car, so he's just kind of trying to use it to see what tire combination works and what strategy works for him. Meanwhile, up front, Enstaz pulled in right behind him. Your second place starter, he makes his first stop on lap 16, pulls out. I'm not sure. See guys make 1 stop, 2 stops, maybe even a few 3-stop strategies. It depends on what you're planning on doing to your tires. But Staza comes out in 5th place, and off he goes.
Yep, he does 34th.
Warren and Wanma are still in this 3-car battle, 6th, 7th, or 8th. These guys are all running the same lap times, and their next round of pit stops is going to be key. Warren's already made his first stop. Another pit stop here, General Muddle, the rookie. And as I said, a great run yesterday at the Bathurst 500. He started 13th in the field, wound up finishing 6th. And he's having a yeoman's effort. He was up in the top 5 for a while here, had himself an accident. Now he's got off and running, makes a quick pit stop, gets good service, and he is out of the pit lane, and off he goes. Warren, looks like they got by Daz. Warren and Wanma got by Daz. I believe Daz might have been having some, probably had an issue in the Green Mountain Enterprises car. And meanwhile, there's Wanma and Warren going almost side by side, nose to tail, coming down Conrad. They go around a lapped car. Down through the chase, they're just going to keep going at it here. Warren, if he could tighten it up, I think he could move up, because he's running very consistent laps. He's just making that odd hit on the rumble strip here or there. It's giving Wanma the run on him, but he knows how to defensive driving. Right there, he shuts the door. That's just good hard racing. Silver Bullet hitting the pits. Still a lot to race for down here near the back, being the first round of the championship. Top 10 in points, obviously being locked in, not having to go through at-large qualifying, so getting a top 10 finish here is vital. So these guys right here, they want to avoid having to qualify in on time at Monaco in 2 weeks. They need to stay at it and try to get that. It looks like Silver and Webb Bloom are just doing testing runs at this point, though. They made a couple of pit stops, put different tires on. I think they're just setting up for the rest of the season. It's a long championship, 10 rounds. All the laps you can get in the car is going to help you at this point, as it looks like the leader's coming up to lap him again, as there's Hossack, who's going to go by right there and put him another lap down. Meanwhile, back to Warren and Wanma, the closest battle on the track, and they're just not giving up on it. They've separated by about 6 seconds from Daz once they got by him. You ran this track, tested all week. We're planning on, would have been in this field, Remy, if not for the last minute family situation. How did you see it playing out, and what's your feeling of running the Formula One cars here on this track? What do you got to do to get around here?
Well, the thing on this track is you have to keep it on the tarmac, on the asphalt, because especially on the mountain, through the S's, once you don't get your rhythm through the corners, it will hold you up. You can lose so much time on this track. I had it yesterday in the V8s. Testing and qualifying was okay. We had a good setup, good strategy, but once you don't find the rhythm to, especially that section, you can lose so much time. If you get it right, you can win so much time. You can have a 4 to 5 second difference between a good lap and a bad lap. So
I agree. I agree with you, and I've been telling the drivers all week in testing. I said, for those of us who run the American Tour regularly, I said the track that it most reminds me of is Road America.
Yeah,
it's very much like Road America in that you just got to be precise. And if you're precise and you don't put it up on the curbs, especially in these cars where you have the rev limiter, you've got to maximize your time at the best speed that you can. So you got to be somewhat conservative with the way you attack the track.
Yeah, especially when you're not familiar with the track, you're not only because it's a new series, you're finding out how the car works and you're fighting the track. It's an unfamiliar track for you. It was for me, because on the American tours, most guys have been racing that same tracks for a couple of seasons, so we're familiar with the layout, even though we got from the Gran Turismo series up to the project cars, but we're still basically running the same tracks. And
yeah.
For the new series, we got some new tracks in. It equalizes for the new series all the vet runners and the rookie runners, so that's nice. I think this international series is going to be a great series. We're very happy to have it as an official part of the league, and just look at the turnout, same as yesterday. We got a lot of guys wanted to race the international series. So.
Oh, absolutely. Hossack, our leader, makes his pit stop right here at the center. You got to believe that might be his only one. Might be his only stop. He has taken the lead and ran away so far, looking very good here. And we also missed Rita getting by Callie. She's moved up into third place now, 19 seconds off the lead, with Average Gamer running in second. So the differing pit strategies are still out there, no doubt. While Juan and Warren still fight tooth and nail for 6th place. Warren narrowly holding on. But yeah, Rita getting by into third place here. And lots of positions still to have. That top 10 is vital to get that top 10 finish. And still a good opportunity for that for a lot of these drivers. Rita's getting quicker and quicker. The car's starting to come to her now. Starting to see her turn in faster lap times, and she's trying to move in. I know we were talking in the team meeting before the race, and what Rita we were relaying was, Rita is running full time for the Formula One World Championship, and we were saying first 2 rounds of the championship, Australia and Monaco, not really her cup of tea type of track. So if she can just get a top 5 finish in each of the first 2 races, she'll feel very, very good about it. Because then we're hitting the part of the schedule, San Marino, United States at Watkins Glen, places like that where she's much more familiar and feels she can gain more points there. So where she's running right now, she would be very happy with that finish.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Definitely got one more pit stop scheduled. Callie making his stop here about halfway. I think a lot of these guys running the Parc Fermé tires as far as they could here at the beginning to get to halfway. They're trying to make it on one stop. Callie, a former winner of the Italian Grand Prix when we had Formula One 4 seasons ago, and now running for Team Dynamo, and we're looking forward to seeing him here on the Formula One calendar. He also runs Winston Cup on Sunday, so he gets back in the corporate jet and flies all the way back to the States. No jet lag for him. He's ready to go. Like Warren's pulled a few seconds out on Wanma, and the field separated a bit. With that, we'll go back up to see where our leader is. He's coming down towards the chase. And we'll give a cockpit view of a lap here from our race leader Hossack, from veteran driver from Apex Motorsport, as he comes down to Murray Corner, the last turn onto the front straightaway, down to turn 1, hell corner. But you got to be nice and smooth right here. Try not to hit the curbs. That's why he's quick. He's right there. Now it's down the mountain straight. You're going to see the car max out at the chip here. Right there. Off throttle, hard to the right. You want to try to keep it off the curbs. And go up through the bend here. Smooth in and out. Now it's just climbing the mountain, keeping it off the walls. Down through the dipper here, very important section. He keeps it all the way off of the rumble strips, you notice. A little bit of dirt on the track there.
This is the section when you get the first corner wrong, it keeps going wrong.
Oh, I hear you. Now down Conrad, going to be on the chip for most of the way, so you're just setting up the next corner, setting up the chase. It's going to get all the way out to the left, sweep it. Now hard on the brakes. Overshoots a little, but catches back on it. This is going to be a fast lap. He's on fresh tires. 140.4. Good lap there.
Wanma's making his pit stop.
Yep, let's get there on Wanma. He's in and out now. Going to cycle out here. Looks like he's going to be 9th, perhaps 10th place. Comes out in 9th place. Looks like Nathan Hackett finally rolling out of the pits. Back 3 are a few laps down. I believe they are. Nathan looks like he forgot to take his pit road speed limiter off. Has got to remember that. Take off the pit road speed limiter. But he's off and running now. Nathan having some kind of technical issue there, perhaps with his wheel. Trying to get it up to speed here. Possible he's stuck on the chip. No, he's not stuck on the chip. Bringing his car practically to a stop. I think he's just letting the traffic by him. Hard to tell. It's clear to go now, though.
Looks like a gear problem.
Yeah, something up with the gear. He's not getting into gear. He's trying to get it rolling, though. Credit to him. On board here with Flat Out, or camera on Flat Out from Aussie Race Team. Their team owner, Shano, was supposed to be in this race. He had a situation and could not make it. We expect to see him running for the championship full time. Flat Out's got Wanma coming up behind him after his pit stop. And they're going to be battling for 8th place here momentarily. All right, we got WKK hitting the pits for JME on lap 24, making his second stop. Number of cars appear to be on different pit strategies. We'll have to see how that plays out. Warren gets going. He might even manage to hang on to 6th place here, and looks like he will.
Yep, comes in, stays out in front of Des and Wanma. Quick pit stop. See Nathan Hackett back at the pits.
He made a stop trying to fix whatever's going on there. Got to give him credit for trying to work it out. Looks like Daz heads into the sand, and Wanma gets by. He's got cars coming up behind him as Daz hit the sand in Hell Corner. Rita hitting the pit lane now from 3rd place. Let's see how she comes out. It's got to be JME's last stop.
Can she hold 3rd?
She lost 3rd here. Matter of fact, she's going to come out in 5th, but we'll have to see how her strategy plays out with everybody else's tire strategy as the race goes on. She comes out right behind Callie. So Rita's got to feel good. She's made what I believe will be her last pit stop, and comes out in 5th place. So she's got to feel pretty comfortable about where the car is right now. She knows she's got fresher rubber than those in front of her, although a heavier fuel load. To get some heat in the tires on the out lap here. Not one of Rita's strong points, the in and the out laps. She likes to take it easy on the cold tires, I should say. But she's holding her own right here, staying right there. We'll see what time she gets on the out lap. All right, Average Gamer pitting from 2nd place here on lap 26 of 40. Seems to hit the pit box okay, gets his service, and off he goes. A little bit of a hold up for the Aussie driver for Extreme Speed. As I said before, yesterday's Bathurst 500 champion, and is running Formula One full time, I believe. And based on that performance yesterday, ooh, somebody into the wall. Looks like Silver Bullet overshot Hell Corner, went straight into the barriers. He continues to have his problems with the car. But as I was saying, Average Gamer, he comes out here a few seconds ahead of Stas. Based on yesterday's performance, he will certainly be a player in the V8 World Tour, and we think here in Formula One as well. Stas, Callie, Rita are right on top of each other now. Let's get on to the chase cam. There's Rita, there's Callie, and there's Stas, so they're not far apart. Stas, in fact, is coming up on a lap car, I believe. I believe that's a Green Mountain car, so I believe that's Daz. As they come on to Conrad, he should be able to get him here. Gets by him. Daz, Sportsman, takes it all the way into the grass to let these guys by. Rita just does get by. Narrowly avoids the disaster there, as Daz is struggling with the car but trying to hold on to a top 10 finish.
Rita's got Kelly and Stas in her side. Oh, one car off.
Yep, Callie got by Stas. Stas struggling with those tires right now. He's due for a pit stop, I believe. Stas is certainly fighting that car. But he's still fighting, looking to hang on to a top 5 finish. Rita there hitting into the wall. Gets Stas right back on top of her. Figuratively speaking.
Well, my time is up. I have to leave.
All right, Remy.
The booth.
Good to have you in the booth. I'll catch you later on this week, man. Have a good one.
Yep. Is you know if anything is planned for tonight, just for fun or practice?
There might be an exhibition. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything posted about it.
Well, if there is, I'll be on.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Thanks for the invite.
No problem. Have a good one, Remy.
Bye-bye.
All right, well, that battle looking pretty good. Rita in 4th place now. Get back up front here to our leader. Climbing the mountain, Hossack has been quick. He's been quick. He's been excellent at keeping the tires on it and holds a 39-second lead at the moment here in the Australian Grand Prix. Not a lot of drama up front at the moment, but there's always the possibility. Big burst of traffic. There's a ton of traffic there on the straight, as you can see, as Staza finally takes to the pits, pitting from 5th. We'll see if he can hold on to 5th place. He makes a stop. Is Warren going to be able to get to him? Doesn't look like it. He comes out in 5th place. About 6 seconds ahead of Warren there. Callie in 3rd. That's Rita in 4th. Right behind them. Battle for the podium now. Shaping up. As they're working lap 29 of 40. You're looking at 2, 3, 4 right in front of you here. Best battle on the track. As we're on board with Rita St. James, she's trying to get by Callie. Can't quite get the run. But she's close. I believe her tires are better at this point. Might have a better balance on the car. Oh, she's able to get by him. As Callie rides the wall, Rita passes him for third place. Callie tries to get his rhythm back here. Meanwhile, Rita's off, and she's going to be trying to put Average Gamer into her sights here. She's coming up behind a independent. I believe that's Nathan Hackett. Or General Muddle, perhaps. Yeah, it's General Muddle. He lets her by. Rita goes into the grass, trying to get by him. A little hodgy-podgy there, but she ultimately pulls away there. Callie not out of it yet either. A number of these guys not out of it. Possibility of tire trouble. Might be some people need to make more pit stops. Make another pit stop to get to the finish. But the guys up in the top 10 look like they're safely in the top 10 as long as they manage to keep the motor running and out of trouble. 11th place does have a battle, Silver and Nathan Hackett, while Webb Bloom is back in the pits trying to work out his difficulties, I believe. But up front, it's been all Hossack as we hit lap 30 of 40. He comes shooting down Conrad. Just hasn't seemed to experience a tire wear, really. I mean, his lap times have been consistent. And the tires seem to be able to, I mean, even on the defaults at the beginning, he seemed to have no problem with the tires falling off, and has used that to shoot out to the lead here. We got Wanma hitting the pits from 7th place. Looks like he's going to get out comfortably in 7th. I believe he's one lap down at the moment. Meanwhile, Average Gamer, you can see Rita, we got Callie hitting the pits again, making what looks like will be his last stop. Callie's had some battles with tires here over the last several laps. And I believe just trying to hang on to that top 5 finish, he's going to get some tire service here, which I'm sure is what the animation is not showing us. Taking enough fuel to get to the finish. He falls back from 4th to 6th. There might be something more going on than a routine pit stop here. There might definitely be something more going on than a routine pit stop here. Callie's been in here a long time. Now he's finally rolling out of 6th place. But that was a long pit stop. That seemed very long. He comes out almost 20 seconds behind WKK in 5th, so he's got his work cut out for him over these last 7-8 laps. Meanwhile, Average Gamer in 2nd, Rita in 3rd. They're right on top of each other as Hossack continues to turn crazy laps up front, stretch the lead. But as Average Gamer tries to hang on to it, Rita is coming up behind him. battle for second place is right in front of you. Oh, Average Gamer having a little bit of the glitchies there. Let's hope his motor can hold up here to the finish. Good points day for him here if he can just hang on. Take a look at what Rita's seeing from the chase cam as she climbs the mountain. She's come up from 5th after her last pit stop, so her strategy has worked. At last lap, she was among the fastest cars, 3rd fastest on the track, I believe. Little kiss of the wall, but she's looking at those extra 2 points in second place and trying to get them. And she's got the hammer to it. Average Gamer coming up on lap traffic here. Gets by. Not yet, hasn't gotten by. I believe that's Daz for Green Mountain. They're going by again. And we'll cycle through the top 5 here. There's Hossack, your leader. Still turning quick laps. Just taking real good care of the car. Made just the 1 pit stop. The strategy has worked, and as I said, he seems not to have experienced the tire wear that as badly as the other drivers, and he's used that to work his way up front. If he can keep the wheels on it, he looks like he'll get his first Formula 1 Grand Prix victory. Meanwhile, there's Average Gamer from Extreme Speed Motorsport, the Bathurst 500 champ yesterday, trying to hang on to second place over Rita. About 3 seconds back behind him. Fresher tires, but a heavier car. And back a minute 4, there's N. Staza, the local driver, running as an independent. And running in 5th place, the other JME driver, WKK, who had a good day. Didn't qualify as well as he wanted. I believe he started in 8th, but he has worked his way up. Currently sitting 5th, and anybody in that top 4 has trouble, he looks like he's going to try to be right there. As he comes up on Daz to pass him and get by, probably on Conrad. He's also got this position to worry about because Callie made a pit stop and has come out with fresh tires and is only about 7 seconds back. So that top 5 and the extra points that come with it is by no means guaranteed. He needs to fight to stay out front over these last 6 laps. Back up there, Average Gamer and Rita still close together. But it's been Hossack up front, just working his way through another lap. Hossack puts it in the wall a little bit there. Gets back on it. He's got a comfortable cushion. Hossack catching up to threatening to put 5th and 6th place a lap down. He's lapped all the way up to the top 6 are still on the lead lap. You can see Hossack coming up besides Callie, who's getting by the lap car, trying to catch up to Warren. He's still 5 seconds back. Callie's gotten by the lap traffic there, as does Hossack in the lead. It's going to be an interesting battle, and we will check back in on that. Callie's also got Wanma moving quick and moving up on him. Wanma, who took the pole, currently running back in 7th place. He's not had the strategy quite right, I think, but his car's been fast, and he's still got time to make a run here at another position, or perhaps even top 5. He's running faster at the moment than both of the cars in front of him. Oh, right there, Wanma coming out of the chase. That's what's put him behind the 8 ball. He's been quick, but something like that, it's going to take him out of contention to catching those guys in front of him. He's going to have to fight to hang on to. He's going to make a pit stop. He's got enough of a cushion where I believe he can get in and out and maintain his position. I believe he's just going to slap on some new tires here and get to the finish of the race. He stretched them about as far as I think he can, and realizing that there's no more he can gain here. He should come out still in 7th place. Looks to me like, yeah, he will comfortably come out still in 7th. On Rita's chase cam again, there she is looking at Average Gamer now on lap 37 of 40. There's 3 to go when they get to the line, and she's still trying to run down Average, and she's running fast laps. Giving it everything she's got there. It's another smooth, consistent run from Rita. Former IndyCar champion, Indianapolis 500 winner. Making a full run here in F1, and her first race has gone well. Her strategy's been good. She's got a chance to get second. She's currently on the podium. Get our leader up front as he comes towards what looks like a win, although he's obviously nursing his tires. There's Anastasia, one of the favorites anytime you come to Bathurst. Long-time SCL veteran. He's been here more than 10 seasons, running over in the States on the American Tour. He won the Bathurst 500 last season. He's always been a quick driver. Definitely one of the contenders here today. I believe he qualified second. Yeah, he was our second place starter today, and he's worked it up to 4th. I mean, he's had a good race. He's been fast. He's had a few wall banging incidents. I've seen him have trouble, I've noticed, at least this weekend at Bathurst, with the tires when they're really worn. Hasn't had as good of a long run car, but he has been as fast as anybody on the track, particularly at this place, his home track. And to come away with a 4th place finish to start the season here, may have thought he could have done more, but it's a good start to a season. It's a 10-round championship. You just want to pick up solid points, and the top 5 finishes will do that. so you got to put that in your pocket. We got to say he's had a good race getting to this point. Meanwhile, there's Warren, and in his rearview mirror is Callie. That battle is going to be there. Rita's right on top of average, it looks like. Time to get onto the chase cam. There's Rita St. James right on average gamer for second place here on lap 38. And we're going to have battles both for second place and for the top 5. Rita's going to make the run. She's on the curves, and she goes by on the curves there. And Rita takes second. Now, can she hang on? Average Gamer has just enough time to come back as Hossack crosses the line with 2 to go. Does Average have a run back at her for second? Rita with, I think, slightly better tires, and that's definitely paid off. Meanwhile, there's Callie, steadily working his way back up, looking to get for a shot at 6th place. Meanwhile, there's once again your battle for second. We knew it would come down this way here, somewhere on the track at Bathurst, and that's what we're seeing. Warren caught behind a lapped car. He finally moves by. Lap car lets him by. And Callie's going to have to take another shot at it. Meanwhile, up front on the white flag lap is your leader, Hossack, from Apex Motorsport. What can I say? As I said earlier, he's been the best on on stretching the tires. He only made 1 pit stop, which is right now, given the time of a pit stop, that's the difference in the race right now, is the pit stop. He's cut a pit stop on most of the cars in the field, kept the tires on it. It's about 30 to 40 seconds getting in and out of the pits, and so about 30 seconds or so, so that's definitely could be the difference in the race. But he's coming down the last lap looking to open up the Formula One World Championship season with a victory in the Australian Grand Prix. And he's had it. Let's check in. Rita's got a couple seconds on average. He's hanging on to those tires. Warren's got a couple seconds on Callie for 5th. As Hossack heads down Conrad for the last time. It said 1 stop. He had the right strategy. He's kept the tires on it. He's been consistent. And that's enough to get you a win. He comes down through the chase for the final time. It's going to be Hossack from Apex Motorsport winning the SCL Season 26 Australian Grand Prix in fine fashion. Across the line he goes. Rita trying to hang on here for 2nd place. As it looks like Callie had some trouble. He's fallen 13 seconds behind Warren, so I believe that battle's over and done with. There goes Rita coming into the chase. Yeoman's effort for Rita. She qualified 6th on the field, I believe. 5th or 6th. And put the strategy together, has moved up. Got by average near the end. She's going to take home 2nd. There's Average Gamer with a solid 3rd place podium finish. And Staza appears to be in good shape to finish 4th after qualifying 2nd. WKK making his way down the mountain. He's got enough of a gap to appear to have 3rd. Doesn't appear to be any other real battles on the track here towards the finish. So we'll pull it back up front. Hossack was your winner. Fantastic job. Give us a second here, folks. I'm going to get the interview set up. All right, let me get on over into the race room, guys, and we'll get ready for our post race. All right. Get those screenshots in there, Rita and everybody. I gotta say, great job. Excellent race. Congratulations, Haas. Did a great job keeping those tires on it. Made it on one stop. Fantastic run. Rita, good job working your way through. Average, Staza, Warren. Saw a bunch of cars run really well. Shout out again to the rookie General Muddle, ran to the finish, and also got to give a call to 11th, 12th, and 13th, Nathan, Silver, and Webb. It appeared you guys played it smart and used it as a practice session after you started having trouble with the car, and you ran your laps and got seat time. And so I give you you scored points for the race, obviously getting the finish, and I give you props for being smart. And I saw you guys coming in, changing tires, trying something to see if you could lock in on what'll work next time out. So I give you props for that. I called the rest of the top 5 into the post race. We'll be in the party here. Make sure when you get in there, guys, you got your voice shared, all that. We'll make it brief. But hell of a show, everybody. First Grand Prix of the season. And we'll see you next week. V8s are going to be at New Zealand. There's a bye week for these cars. And then 2 weeks from today, it'll be the Monaco Grand Prix. So hell of a run, guys. Great race. And we will catch up with you this week in practice and testing. And I'll see you guys in the party for the post race. He says he got hit. I didn't see it. I couldn't tell you. All right, let me go ahead and get on in there and okay. Got them in. We'll talk in a minute. Getting the rest of these guys in here. I believe that'll I gotcha. Already offline. Taz is on his way, but I'll get back to the room and get down to business. Well, final results here at Australia for the Australian Grand Prix. We had Hossack taking the win. Rita running up in a terrific second. Average Gamer was third. Staza held on to fourth, and WKK with a solid fifth. Let's go to our winner, Hossack. First F1 win. The big story I think everybody's seeing was making it on one stop. You were able to keep those tires on it from the very beginning. Tell us your impressions of the race. It definitely worked because the fact is where you finished at. Now there were points in the race. It looks like a runaway on the board, but watching it in the booth and you're seeing the lap times go, uh, you'd be much faster or fastest on the track or right there with the fastest on the track for a while, and then you would have the same odd bad lap or a couple of laps where the balance was off like anybody else, and with the fact that I think it was taken, 30 seconds, 35 seconds to get in and out of the pits if you got full service. Uh, that strategy worked because that's exactly how far ahead that you wound up. So it was. No, I hear you, and I think that the interesting thing is, at least what we saw in the exhibition races, and we'll see it the rest of the season. I think is that that strategy uh, works. It might work here, might not work somewhere else. You know what I mean? It has to. It was so close when you look at the way the times ended up, as far as whether or not it would have worked out. I think that I think it was great that you made it work today. I think that the other drivers taking notes need to be sure to notice that that may not work somewhere else where you know yeah, yeah, you made yeah. Yeah, and it worked. It was a great run and took you to the victory in the GP and the early season points lead. Uh, Second place, Rita qualified sixth, I believe, fifth,
Sixth.
sixth place. Um, Ran a race that looked like a Yeoman's effort. You just basically stuck to your strategy, and when you came out after the last pit stop, you were in fifth. You managed to uh, the car was balanced, then you started to gain on those in front of you. You had good battles with Callie and Average Gamer, but the truth is that I think you had more car than they did at that point in the race. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, I took the risk of coming in early just to put on my tyre pressures because I was faster with my own tyre pressures on than default. So I thought I'd take that chance and come in and do it. I got caught up. I struggled behind vehicles because I kept losing the front end. So I kept, when I was behind someone, I kept sliding off and bouncing off the barriers. So I wasn't gaining as much as I would have liked to, but I could see that Stoz and Callie were struggling on their tyres by the amount of time I was catching them. So I was going to come in a couple of laps earlier for my second pit stop, but I decided that I'd stay out a couple more laps and end up on fresher tyres, a bit like what Hossack said actually. So I came out and I know Callie was struggling on tyres, so I was just kind of sitting behind him waiting. And once I got up to Gamer, I was hoping that I'd put enough pressure on him to make a mistake. And I saw him in the gravel at the top of the mountain. So I came up right behind him. I did question about just trying to get past him there, but I thought, no, I'll stick behind him. But of course, he was then slow, and I was able to get him on that Conrad straight, I think you call it. So Hossack was in another league. There's no way I could have ever caught him. I said in the game, can I get 30 seconds in half a lap? But well
If
done, Hossack.
Yeah, if you have a bad enough mountain, you might be able to get 30 seconds. But speaking of that, Average Gamer from the Bathurst 500 win yesterday, great run, end up on the podium. It's a good points day. Uh, I felt like at the end there, that's what happened. You didn't have as much car. She had more car than you at the end, but you gave everything you could to hang on to it and were able to get third. Tell us about your race from the start to finish a little bit.
Well, the start of the race was really good. I got final pit stop, for some reason, my car had no grip, so I was sliding all over the place, and that's how Rita was catching up to me. She was 3 to 4 seconds behind me when I came over McPhillany. I hit the inside barrier and skated off into the gravel trap. And I really, after that, I tried too hard. I got into the throttle and hit the outside wall onto Conrod, and that's all she wrote, really.
No, but you had
It's
a
really
good show to come up with a third place finish. Even that way, you were quick. You were one of the quicker cars on the track the whole race, and then you were in a position to where you were able to absorb that and still manage a third. And that was a good show. Speaking of, hopefully, make sure your mic shared. Stas, we know you're quick here. Qualified second, end up with a fourth place finish. That's a good points day, obviously, and gets you off to a good start. But you seem to have the same issue today that you did yesterday. It seemed like when the tires went away for you, you were in trouble. You were one of the fastest cars on the track when the tires were good. But when your balance went out, that car seemed to take off on you.
No, it wasn't so much the tires this car. It was back markers actually. Yeah, they caught me out a bit and had a bit of a tank up with one person in particular 3 times, but yeah, other than that, it wasn't too bad. Once I got a bit of clear track and I was going myself, but yeah, just silly mistakes, pushing a little bit too hard on a couple of laps and yeah,
No,
ran the wall a couple of times, but yeah, other
no,
than
I
that,
hear you. It was a good
it
race, and
seemed alright.
yeah, you were able. You're getting a fourth place out of it's a good points day, and when things weren't perfect to end up getting that way, I think you still ran a good one. Warren, uh, first run in the car, you come out with a fifth place. It looked like Callie was pressuring you for that top five towards the end of the race, but you hung on and got it. It seemed like the strategy worked out to get you up there after qualifying. You probably weren't happy with.
Well, I mean, yeah, the strategy was good. It's just everything didn't play out. The cards didn't, work in my favor. The deck was terrible. But the strategy was all right. Got caught behind Daz after the pit stop. He cost me about 20 seconds, just with dirty air. That put me on the back leg, and I pitted a little bit earlier than Rita did with the strategy, just to see if I could make up any time. And then when I came out, that was just a bunch of lap down cars. Nothing I could really do. But yeah, Callie was coming up behind me pretty hard there at the end. I think he got caught up with something in the pit lane. I don't know what really happened to him.
He had a long pit stop. Yes, he did. I'm not sure. I tried to find him to get him in here to ask him, but I'm not really sure. He had a long pit
some
stop.
kind of problem.
Yeah, he backed it into the pits. He got stuck sideways in the pits. And
Did
had
he?
to-
Yeah, he definitely
to
had
do
a problem.
Austin Powers type exit. I remember them seeing the film where he's got the golf cart stuck in the alleyway.
Yeah.
He had to do that for
He was that guy. Yeah, we didn't catch that on the camera, but we did catch the time that he lost, and it was definitely
in the other room. Yeah, I mentioned it in the other room a minute ago.
But like I'd say to you, Warren, first round of what's a long championship. I mean, a top five is a good way to start.
It's a good way to start, but just the little advice to other people. I know a couple of these guys are using this at practice session today, but we go to Monaco in 2 weeks. They better keep rolling because there's nowhere to stop there. So
yeah, you just got to stay on it, and they're going to have to get by you when they can get by you. Track position is going to be huge. It's similar to the Indy cars like that. The chip on a long track like this obviously came into play. And yeah, I saw that for sure, because when you guys watch the broadcast, what you're going to see is you'll see guys that are in the back that are near, did not finish well, that had sections where their lap times were as good as any of you. I mean, Wanma had a car that could have won the race. I mean, he won the pole, but everybody was getting caught in traffic, and all you had to be was, if the guy in front of you was, a little bit heavier, a little bit less tires, but not enough to where you can blow by him, then you were in trouble, because then you were just going to lose time. But I mean, what do we say, Warren? That's motor racing. to quote
Yeah.
Nigel Mansell. And like you said, Haas made the right call, because I don't know if Haas makes that call if he sees a gaggle of cars still in front of him. You know what I mean? But he makes that exactly. But he makes that call there, and it works, and it was a brilliant call. But I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Great run for the first Grand Prix of the season. Next week, V8s alone will be in New Zealand. Formula One will probably do an open test at Monaco, being that Monaco's Monaco. We'll probably do an open test in the race time slot next week at Monaco, which I recommend the guys show out for, because we could definitely use the extra lap time. I'll even do an inside SCL racing broadcast during it and interview some of the guys and get some talk about it. But we're less than 2 weeks. Matter of fact, today we are 10 days away from the start of Daytona Speed Weeks. So I'm going to wrap it up for all the drivers. Once again, Hossack, congratulations, the SCL 26 Australian Grand Prix champion. And we'll catch you guys next week at the next race. Have a good one.